It was a cold evening, the kind where the wind cuts through even the thickest jacket. On a quiet street, a young woman named Meera stood outside a small food stall, counting the few coins in her hand. She had been searching for work all day, walking from one shop to another. Every door she knocked on had the same reply: "We'll call you if something opens up." But her phone never rang. That evening, she had only 1 coin left, barely enough to buy a small piece of bread. Her stomach was empty, but what hurt more was the hopelessness growing inside her. As she stood there thinking, she saw an old man sitting on the sidewalk nearby. His clothes were torn, his hands were trembling, and his eyes looked tired. The kind of tired that comes from a long life of struggle. He looked at her and whispered softly, "Do you have a coin? I haven't eaten all day." For a moment Meera froze. That coin was all she had. Her rent was overdue. She hadn't eaten since yesterday. She looked down at the small piece of metal resting in her palm, the last bit of security she had left. Her heart whispered, "If I give this away, what will I have left?" But then another voice, gentle and calm, said, "If I don't, what kind of heart will I have left?" She took a deep breath, walked over, and placed the coin in his shaking hand. The man looked at her in surprise. His eyes watered. "May God bless you," he said with a trembling smile. Meera smiled back weakly and walked away, not knowing where she was going next. Her stomach ached, but her heart felt strangely light, as if she had given away more than a coin and gained something invisible in return. That night she sat by the bus stop, cold and tired. Just as she was about to close her eyes, a car stopped nearby. A woman stepped out, neatly dressed, holding a phone and a file. "Excuse me," the woman said gently. "Are you Meera?" Meera blinked in confusion. "Yes, him. How do you know my name?" The woman smiled. "You came for an interview this morning, remember? I'm Mrs. D'Souza, the manager. I couldn't reach you by phone, so I came looking. We'd like to offer you the job." Meera's eyes widened. "Really?" "Yes," the woman replied. "We saw how sincere you were. We could use someone like you." Meera stood there, speechless. She tried to hold back tears but couldn't. The woman handed her an envelope for her first week's pay in advance. "Buy yourself something to eat," Mrs. D'Souza said kindly. Meera nodded, still unable to speak. As the car drove away, she looked up at the sky, tears mixing with rain, and whispered, "Thank you." The next day, on her way to her new job, she passed by the same spot where the old man had been sitting. He wasn't there. Instead, there was a small folded paper under a stone with her name written on it. She picked it up. Inside was a single line written in shaky handwriting. "When you gave from your need, heaven saw your heart." She smiled, holding the note close to her chest. From that day on, Meera made it a habit. Every week she would feed at least one hungry person. She didn't do it for luck. She did it because she now knew how it felt to have nothing, and still choose kindness. Years later, when Meera had her own small bakery, she hung that same note on the wall where everyone could see it. Customers often asked what it meant. She would smile and say softly, "It's a reminder that giving isn't about what's in your hand, but what's in your heart." And every time someone walked in hungry, she made sure they never left empty-handed. Moral: when you give from the little you have, you open the door for miracles to find you.